So hey guys, welcome to the Blue Bridge. Today I'm going to be talking about Roberto De Zerbi and is he due to become the next Chelsea manager? I'm also going to be touching on the fact that Chelsea are now going to be playing in the Conference League. Is this good enough for Chelsea? What do you prefer? Conference League or no Europe at all? So let's get into it. So it's the least kept secret is out. Chelsea are in for De Zerbi. We all knew it. We all had an inkling when they talked about this mystery fourth person. So the official shortlist has come out now, and the people on it, the video I did yesterday, we've got Maresca, we've got McKenna, we've got Frank, and we've got De Zerbi. De Zerbi has been revealed as that mystery person, the fourth person. But I believe that this deal's already signed up, or signed, sealed, delivered, just waiting for confirmation. There's a lot of things that point to De Zerbi being the new Chelsea manager. The fact that he decided to leave Brighton, or announced that he was leaving Brighton before the end of the season, I think he knew that he had another job to go to. You're not going to really leave a club where you're sort of building a bond with if you haven't got other plans. So I think that he had plans already. Talk is that before we played Brighton, Winstanley and Stewart were at Brighton, went to Brighton a day earlier than the rest of the squad. Maybe it's to talk terms with De Zerbi. And there was talks that there was a seven-a-side tournament going on, and De Zerbi and Stanley and Stewart were missing, and it maybe was to iron out the finer details in the contract with De Zerbi. So it looks like our new man could be De Zerbi, and all the others were just smokescreens. And they've played a clever media game, throwing in people like Frank and McKenna, people like that who are not proven, and Chelsea fans are outraged. And then when they put De Zerbi looks like the best option when it comes to when he's pitted against the others. Or Maresca's one who's, a lot of people are warming to Maresca, but he'll still be a big risk having not managed in the Premier League before. So the De Zerbi fans, the De Zerbi sexuals, or whatever they call themselves these days, they've got what they wanted. A lot of fans have been screaming for De Zerbi to be our next manager. They say that his football suits the profile of player that we have in the team at the moment, and he'll get these guys cooking. Only time will tell. So we'll see. So as I mentioned yesterday, these guys, we'll see whether he is the right choice or not. I don't know. Looking at his football, as I said, I've watched quite a bit of Brighton. They're good at playing at the back. I give them that. So when you can get the likes of Lewis Donk, Webster, people like that who are not technical defenders, once you can get them playing comfortably from the back, then obviously he must be doing something right. We've got better technical players. Like when you think of, he's worked with Colwill before, and he worked wonders with Colwill. Once if Shalabar stays, I think he's technically good. If Wesley Fofana stays fit, he's technically good. Badie Shield's quite good technically on the ball. Disassi needs a bit of work in my opinion, but what he does a lot of patterns, a lot of drills, so the guys get used to where they need to be. It was interesting seeing, I think it was Kevin Prince Boateng or someone who we had in his Sassuolo days, and the way that he trains the players, he drills them, and everyone knows where they're meant to be, where they're meant to be moving. He stops the play if people are not in the right position. So he's somebody who's similar in a way to Sarri, I think, in the way that he practices these drills day in, day out, so that the players can get used to exactly where they're meant to be. I think Conte as well did that sort of thing. It can be monotonous, but can the players take to that? They're young. The differences between these set of players now and the set of players that the likes of Sarri had, they were older players, more set in their way, so they found those drills a little bit boring and tedious sometimes, and different from what they used to do in the past. But with this manager now, with this young breed of player coming in, and most of them are under the age of 23, so this may not be something that they will rebel against, and it may be something, if the results are proving that they're working, then they may buy into his way of football, because most of the clubs that he has managed have bought into his style of football. Mudryk, hopefully get the best out of him. He once said that he's a future Ballon d'Or winner, so he sees the potential. Is this the man to give him his confidence? Only time will tell. As I said yesterday, he's already worked with Caicedo as well. So again, he knows Caicedo's strengths and weaknesses. And so if we look at Enzo Fernandez, maybe he could be his McAllister type player. So, and that's another thing these Zerbi apologists have said, that the reason why Brighton haven't performed as good is because the midfield has been taken away. They haven't got the midfield that they used to have. They haven't got some of the players that they used to have. So give him the players that he needs and he'll cook. So it looks like he's coming in. So we'll see how he gets on. And so I need the same sort of energy that you had with Pochettino, with Potter, because I know what's going to happen. If he doesn't hit the ground running straight away, excuses are going to be made for him. But guys, you need to have the same energy as you had for the other managers if things are not working out. And I don't want to hear these excuses which are going on. So I'm giving him, like every manager who comes in, I'll be supporting him from day one. I'm not going to be looking for any faults. I'm just going to be hoping that he can perform the way that a lot of our fan base think that he can. So we'll have to wait and see. So quickly now, I want to talk about the Conference League, because obviously Manchester United winning against Man City. How did that happen? How did that happen? Come on, guys. We just knew it was going to happen anyway. That's just with Man U. That's unpredictable. Everyone thought Man City was a shoo-in winner, but Manchester United come up with a performance, and once again they flew their way into Europe. So now they go into the Europa League, and Chelsea are going into the Conference League. And I hate what people are saying, oh, Chelsea have been demoted or relegated into the Conference League. We were never in any competition until the end of the season. We didn't know what competition we were going in. 6th place in normal circumstances would get you Conference League. So we've ended up in a Conference League spot. The only reason why a lot of times that 6th place isn't Conference League is because sometimes it's a team who finishes in the top 4 or 5 positions ends up winning both the FA Cup and the League Cup. But in normal circumstances, the top 4 will be Champions League, and then the next place FA Cup winners will be Europa League, and the League Cup winners will be Conference League. So 6th place would normally give you Conference League anyway, if a team in the top 4 had won either the FA Cup or the League Cup. And a lot of people who are belittling the Conference League, they're the same ones who are moaning about why we didn't win the League Cup and having to go at Pochettino for not trying hard enough in the League Cup, and that would have given us a major honour. But when you think about it, the Conference League is actually bigger than the League Cup, because if you win the League Cup, that's when you go into the Conference League. Think older viewers amongst us, think Conference League as a Cup Winners' Cup, because that's what it used to be. The winners of the Cup would then go into the Cup Winners' Cup. So the winners of the Conference League and the lower cups in the other parts of Europe, those are the ones who go into the Conference League. So this is actually a bigger competition than the League Cup, because we're testing ourselves against all of Europe. Okay, some of the grounds or some of the teams I've never even heard of, I'm going to be honest. Do I want to be in this tournament? Probably not. Am I happy about being in this tournament? But if it's about Europe or no Europe, I'm not going to be snobbish and say I prefer not to play in Europe than playing in this competition, because it's going to be good. It's going to be good learning for our young squad playing in this competition. And there are 1 or 2 decent sides. Fiorentina, I think, may qualify this year, and there's who's in France. I think Rennes in France are going to be qualifying. We haven't had a full list yet, but we should be favourites. We should be clear favourites. And what this does do as well is, there's no reason why we shouldn't win this, because we are way ahead of all the other teams. Although football's not played on paper, as it were, you have to go out and still prove yourself. We win this, it gives this young squad the feeling of what it means to win in a trophy. And this is a big trophy. This is one of the major trophies. Okay, it's the third down the list in Europe, but it's still down as a major trophy. It's not like when we used to win the ZDS Cup years ago, which was just seen as a sort of Mickey Mouse tournament. This is a major European trophy now, the way that their format is, and it shouldn't be sniffed at. I remember way back in, I don't remember, but I read about it because I do study Chelsea's history. When we won the league in 1954-55 season, that was when the inaugural European Cup came. But the Premier, or the league at the time, the Football League, sniffed at it. They said, you know what, what's this silly tournament? So they stopped us from entering this tournament. Can you imagine, we could have been the first British club to win it had we gone all the way. So, and now this is the biggest tournament in club football. So, you know, let's not sniff. No, let's not be snobbish about this tournament, this cup, because it's still a European Cup, and we'd have won a lot. We'd have won everything. Every cup available, we could say we're the only team who won the lot. And Arsenal fans who are laughing at Chelsea for playing in this competition, show us your European medals. You know what you've got. One Cup Winners' Cup or something like that, and a Fears Cup. That's when it used to be called the Friendly Cup. So you're putting up your Fears Cup, which was a Friendly Cup before it became a UEFA Cup, and you're saying that's a major tournament. This one's actually bigger than that Fears Cup that you've actually won. So, you know, compare medals in Europe, you can't do that. So why are you coming at us when your European record is terrible? So I'm going to be looking forward to some of these unheard of places. You know, we're going to be playing European football again, Thursday night football. I know financially it's not as big as the others, but it puts us on the map again. It builds up our coefficient, and it's a stepping stone for greater things. You know, it gives our players that winning feeling if we do go on to win it. And also, finally, the younger players. It gives the younger players a chance in the, you know, because some teams, let's be honest, we probably don't need a full first team 11 out there. So there's academy players you can get a look in. Let's see how good they are, and let's just put them in there. We've got the Brazilian boy Estevao, sorry, butchering his name. He's coming in the 2025 or January 2025. So let's see what he does in this tournament. He's got a tournament where he can play already and pit his wits, gain a bit of experience for our team. So yeah, so things like that let's take the positives. Let's not look at all these negatives. Let's take some positives out of this, and we'll see how things go from there. So guys, what do you think about the story? What do you think about this prospect of Zerbi being our manager? Happy, sad, or would you go for one of the other alternatives on the shortlist? Conference League or no Europe at all? What's your preference? Again, stick it in the comment section below. And don't forget, like, subscribe, turn on post notifications to be notified every time I make a new video. So, bye-bye.